right, looks like we got everything recording, I think. So we'll go ahead and give it a pause and we'll get started. All right, we've got this other actions, thriller, film, love story thing. Bourne Legacy, it's the last and final version of the Bourne series. But Jason Bourne was out of it. The last movie we talked about, or the Bourne Supremacy, that was the end of that for Jason Bourne. So they're using another guy for the main actor. And damn, my throat's just going all kinds of crazy today because I'm talking. Jeremy Renner is the star of this one. Anyway, so what happens is they still got a whole bunch of assassins on the same principle as they did with Jason Bourne, but they did it differently. They're using medication to control them. Viral information. My phone's going off. I don't know why it's all of a sudden going off. It ain't no big deal. It's just people trying to do things they don't want to do. Trying to get me to do things I don't want to do. I give them money, which I don't do that no more. It costs too much. Anyway, so this guy is assassin. It starts off with him running from or trying to get out of an area where he just assassinated somebody in the Middle East, and he goes up over a hillside through the snowstorm, have a pack of wolves chasing him. South Korea. He ends up at a safe house where they got virals and medications and all that. So he gets all that taken care of. Here's the sound of a UAV predator coming towards them. They were supposed to use that's how they do deliveries and receive stuff there. And what happened is apparently this Raptor UAV was coming at him to try to kill him, so they ends up blowing the shed up and chasing him through the woods for hours and hours and hours, which I thought was pretty good. Yeah, I wish these people would just leave me alone when I'm trying to do this kind of thing. Becoming popular on Twitter and everybody wants to talk to me, and I don't know why. I just kind of go in there and put my opinion to all the stupid things, and there goes my phone again. I just throw it across the damn room because the woman won't leave me alone. Anyway, yeah, I got all kinds of women saying they love you, they love me, and the whole lovey-dovey stuff on there. And, all it ends up being is they want money. They want me to pay for their food so they can eat, drink, have party on my expense. But when they have to work for it, turn that down to nothing. When they have to work for it, or I tell them what I want them to do to get the money, they don't even they quit responding. So it's kind of funny, kind of like this. So anyway, they depend on this medication to survive, these assassins, and if they got to go in for checkups, recent checkups, so they show them doing that. They're asking questions and all that. It's a real good action movie. After they survive the bombing of their cabin, they end up going to the nearest town, stealing an airplane, and going to where the drugs are at. And then one guy disappears, gets killed, the one that was running the cabin, and the other guy, our star of the Bourne Legacy, he ends up going after the people who put him in this position, trying to get the medications that he needs to survive. Then he ends up saving people, helping people. They try to kill a researcher because she said too much in one of the consultations or examinations of their guys. It's kind of interesting how they did that, because he really didn't say a whole lot to them. And then the drugs were coming from China. They didn't tell him that. So he after a while, the lady ends up fighting with him. So he stops the car and gives her a plan and lets her go out. Do you have a plan? You won't survive long without me, but you can go if you want, type of idea. So she ends up staying with him in the car, and after he saved her 2 or 3 times, and then they end up finding their way over to where the medication was, South Korea, or South Korea. And they end up going to the lab and getting in with her creds, and he gets viraled off. They tried to do it at the lab. They had to move to a local hotel or residence. I wasn't paying attention to see what that was. It didn't matter to me. So he was sick for like 3 or 4 days. He got viraled off, and then he comes back to the CIA Black Ops Agency. Action Cross, and starts going after them again, and ends up getting everybody on the program off and wins, and he does all kinds of fun stuff in this crazy movie. It's got lots of action turns. It's got lots of survival stuff going on. It's got lots of hiking, running from the police, killing, fighting, taking on the CIA assassin teams, taking on the CIA and their Raptors, kills a couple of those. They do a lot of fun stuff in this movie, and it's really a good one to watch. It's not the best one of the Bourne series, but it is one of the good ones. So this one, they came out on July 30th, 2012 in New York. I can't even get that accent anymore. I spent lots of time over there. Still can't get the accent anymore. Then it came out the rest of the United States in the 10th, August 10th, the next couple months away. And I guess they wanted to see how it did. And it was done by Universal Pictures, and it has a whole bunch of collaborating people, which will be, probably in the description. Then, so it run an hour and 35 minutes, full of action. It was in the United States. It was made in the United States, English, made in New York probably. And they spent $125 million on this thing, and they made $276.1 million back on it at the box offices across the United States. I don't know what it did overseas because they're not telling me. But it's a pretty good movie. I can see why it made all that money. And my back's still killing me. I guess I gotta get used to sitting here like this. Or get me a chair or better stool or something to put in front of this camera. But right now, this is what I got. So the desk chair has to work, and it's not working real well. It's kind of hard on my back because of the position it makes me sit in. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and get out of this one. We'll take care, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.